Hello there. So Nicola Sturgeon has a new plan for Scottish independence, and it sounds pretty much like the old one to me. So it can't be much of a plan, can it? And I'm not quite sure where she's going with this. Certainly not towards a prosperous new future for Scottish independence, that's for sure. Because it involves which currency they're going to be spending in their shops and saving in their banks if they do get independence. And the SNP plan that's been floated and to be properly announced next week revolves around keeping the pound sterling after independence, with a Scottish pound coming in when the economic position is right. And how will that be defined, and who will define it? But there's also no timescale to achieving this right economic position. So it'll be sterlingization, as in dollarization, for stability well into the future. But for how long? Decades? With interest rates and monetary policy imposed on Scotland by the Bank of England, and what effect will that have on Scottish government borrowing? And how about citizens with their loans and mortgages, with their interest rates set by the Bank of England? But the Scots Nats don't like the pound sterling, so they do want their own money when it's available. But as soon as it comes into force, that new currency would come under intense attack by speculators, shorting it like crazy, hoping to make a killing. But then, in the future, there's the prospect of Scotland joining the EU and then having to join the euro. But how will they do that? And how long would that take? So after getting their own currency, they'd be straight into trying to get into the euro. And at the point of leaving the UK, how much sterling would there be in the Scottish Central Bank to help them kickstart their economy? Or will they expect to be borrowing from day one? How will they pay their government bills and pay their state pensions? What sort of plan is that? Unless they expect the rest of the UK to pay them billions to leave and cancel their debt in the process. Or will they save what they can secretly and then walk away from the debt and hope the rest of the world will help and attack perfidious Albion? How attractive to ordinary Scots voters is this when 2/3 of their trade is with the UK? Now, according to Investopedia.com, full dollarization, however, is an almost permanent resolution. The country's economic climate becomes more credible as the possibility of speculative attacks on the local currency and capital market virtually disappears. So why not just Euroization from day one then? Because that's the ultimate aim, isn't it? Well, because you already need to be trading heavily in that currency to make it work. And they're not trading in the euro, they're trading in pounds.